everybody and welcome back to my channel. Now in today's video I'm going to be doing a first impressions on the Benefit POREFESSIONal Matte Rescue Primer. Now I'm really excited to give this a go because this is kind of especially for people with oily skin. Now I suffer with quite bad oily skin, so the primer itself is priced at £23.50, so it's quite expensive for a primer, but to be honest, for the size of the bottle I feel like this is going to last a long time. I really do like the packaging of this primer. It feels very luxe, it feels very high-end and expensive. Even like this screw bit here is quite heavy, so it definitely does feel like it's not crappy packaging or anything like that. So yeah, I'm really excited to give this a go for you guys. For £23.50 I have got very high hopes, I'm not gonna lie. Fingers crossed it will help combat my oily skin, but yeah, let's go ahead and apply this bad boy. I'm going to concentrate it more in the T-zone area just because that is the place that I tend to get the most oily. Okay, so when it comes out of the bottle it's kind of like a blue tinted gel kind of consistency. It feels a little bit more moisturising than the gel though. But I don't know how much I'm going to need, so I'm just going to go with like a pea-sized blob for now and work that in my face. I'm starting off with obviously a nice clean face. It's just been like moisturised like 10 minutes ago, so it's had a chance to sink in. This honestly feels on my skin like a nice thick moisturiser, which I love to apply before my makeup. So 92% of people said on the packaging that it mattifies the skin instantly. Now I would say that that has mattified my skin quite well, but I wouldn't say I'm looking completely matte at this point. I'm still looking a little bit dewy, but that's kind of nice because I don't want to look too flat. But so far that's done a really good job at kind of smoothing over my face. A little bit tacky, which is good because obviously it means the makeup is going to stick to it. I'm just going to go ahead and do the rest of my makeup and then I'll get back to you to show you what it looks like after. So as you can see, I've just finished doing the rest of my makeup and I'm so impressed with how this looks. It looks so nice on my skin. I did set my entire face with the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. I always set my entire face. So normally for primer I use the L'Oreal Infallible Primer, and about halfway through the day I normally have to blot my face down with papers just to absorb any excess oils. So what I would do is come back to you about halfway through the day just to show you what it is looking like at that point. It's currently now 10 o'clock. I'm hoping to have this on to about 8 o'clock, so about 10 hours, which is usually the time that I would have my makeup on for. When you first apply them there's not a lot you can say apart from that it was really smoothing on the skin and products went well on top of it. So yeah, so far I'm really impressed and I will see you guys in a couple of hours. So I've just got home from being out for quite a few hours and I've now had my makeup on for 5.5 hours and my face is looking quite shiny. I do feel like I definitely would need to blot my face down. I'm not going to, just because I want to see how oily it gets by the end of the day and whether it gets any worse than what it is now. I'm really impressed with how my makeup has lasted with this primer. I didn't think it was supposed to be a primer that was supposed to prolong your makeup wear, but compared to the one I use every day, which is the L'Oreal Infallible, I find after a couple of hours the oils in my face tend to mix up with my makeup and tend to go a bit cakey around this area sort of here and in between my eyebrows, and I haven't found that at all. My makeup hasn't caked at all, so it just kind of proves that this primer has done a good job at kind of preventing the oils mixing in with the rest of my foundation, if that makes sense. I will check back in probably about 4 or 5 hours, so I have it on for about 10 hours and I'll check back with you guys in a couple of hours. So it is now 8 o'clock and I'm being blinded by light, if you can't already tell. My makeup does look slightly more oily than it did earlier and it has actually started to break up in areas around my face. In this sort of area here it's kind of like caked up and got mixed in with the oils on my face. My foundation has, and it started to do it around this area here, but personally for me that normally happens about halfway through the day. So considering I've had this on for 10 hours and it's just started to do that, it does prove that this primer does help to absorb the oil, but my face is looking pretty oily, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's looking just as oily as it would with any other primer, which is a bit annoying because obviously this primer is 20 odd pounds. I want it to keep me matte throughout the whole day, but I mean, I think if I blotted my face down halfway through the day I think it'd look fine, but it really has started to separate my foundation. Personally for me, I will keep using this primer, and in a future vlog I will keep you updated and see how it lasts. It was also very hot today, which is obviously why I've sweated more than usual. I think for £20 it's very expensive. Considering how shiny I look, then I don't think it's worth the money. And I hate saying it because I've just gone and spent like nearly £25 on it. Although I would say it done a really good job at keeping my makeup on. Probably for about 8 hours it looked absolutely perfect, and it was the last couple of hours that it's just gone a bit dodgy. If you have the money, I would go and purchase it yourself, especially if you don't have oily skin. I think this would be a great primer at prolonging your makeup wear and keeping it on for a long amount of time. If it's a product that you'd have to save up to buy, maybe not, just because I feel like there are other products in the drugstore that work kind of just as well. Those are my final thoughts on the primer. I really hope you guys have found this video helpful. Please let me know if there's any other first impressions you'd like me to do and any other product requests that you may have. And yeah, please go and give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!